Motion by, Richard, second by Mr. Booty. A, consider and/or recommend actions with regard to Alio content conversion to Alio archive. Mrs. Sarge?
Yes, I'm requesting, so we currently use Alio content, and they are going to a new platform. So we a one-time cost to transfer to that platform, that's $16,200, and additionally, I would like to have that service hosted by them. They host our main software program, I'd like them to host this for us as well. And that will be, annually, that will be an additional $7,700 for them to do that, and that means it's hosted, it's web-based, it's accessible from anywhere. We don't have to have a server here on site for it, that has to be maintained and, replaced periodically. It's worked very well with our main software program with them, so I would recommend that we have that hosted as well.
Any questions?
Just wanted to add that years ago, when Mr. Laverne was superintendent, after one of the hurricanes, I think it was Andrew, we went to hosting it on a server, and that server's backed up every night. And the reason for that is after Hurricane Andrew, a lot of districts, it was Katrina and Rita. Districts were wiped out, their data was wiped out. At that time, we set it up where our data is hosted in 2 different places besides here. You can do payroll from a remote site. If we have, let's say you have a hurricane, we get wiped out, we continue to operate, we can continue to have active data, we can conduct business, and we can pay people. And even if the office is wiped out or the servers here are wiped out, because it's all handled web-based, and you can do it from home or from another office somewhere that has power and function. So this goes along with it. In addition to that, right now our data is being entered into Frontline for absences, and then someone has to go back and enter it into Alio for payroll. Which, going with this new system, secretaries would be entering it only into Alio, so it would be one entry, and it would be active right away. So those are the benefits of it.
Mr. Richard, any other questions?
Well, I had a question. I see they had another job, it says, system.
You pulled that.
Yeah, but ain't that the same position, or we put another individual in the business office?
You know,
No, you have to put that position.
that position would have been in the technology office.
It's not a position, though. You just find the software. Any more questions?
So the 7785, that would be annual, that's the amount. And if we don't go that route, that means that we have to hire another employee, or we have to put that responsibilities on somebody else.
It would be, plus we'd have to buy a server, which I don't know the estimated cost of that, Christine made, that can house the information, because we don't currently have one that can accommodate this information. The one we have is already outdated, so regardless of what we do, we're either gonna have to buy a new server or have them host it.
So this is more economical, what you think?
Yes, over time, because I mean, the cost of a server, when we break it down, it's probably, if we don't have to maintain it and all that, it's more economical to.
Move to accept.
Second, okay, let's vote. Motion carries. D, consider and/or recommend actions with regards to hazard pay supplement for Head Start. Ms. Montero?
So this, we presented at Policy Council in our November meeting, and the information that you have in front of you kind of references where we can get these funds from and what the process would be. It would be a hazard pay supplement that would be issued twice, first semester and second semester. It would be based on staff members' attendance. And so it would also be a tiered level based on your interactions with children. And so you kind of can see the policy council approved option 2, which included center managers in level 3. And those totals are estimated totals for all of the Head Start staff members based on if they would be at full attendance. So we're asking for approval for this. And you can see that I've put documentation showing which announcement supports the wellness, that you can use it for hazard pay as one of the options. And it was approved on an 8-1 vote by policy council. And those minutes are also in there as well.
How is this considered hazard?
We don't look at it's considered, we put it in the hazard pay because right now with the way that COVID is, teachers that are in are at risk of receiving, getting COVID because of all the variants that are coming around. So that's why I didn't choose the word hazard. I'm following along the lines of what was listed that you can consider hazard pay. You can consider hazard pay, you can consider incentive pay. There's a variety of options based on that announcement that was listed, and it's in there, kind of where it says supporting the wellness of all staff. We chose to look at hazard pay right now.
So this is a supplement basically?
Supplement, yes, sir.
Why not incentive?
It's cool.
Yeah, I just feel that we open up a can of worms, because then the next thing that's gonna happen is our regular employees are gonna come back and ask for the same thing.
However, I'll say this much. The can of worms is always open when you look at grant funded versus MFP. When the salary increase was given for teachers and Parish across that came from MFP, Head Start staff didn't get that. So there's always gonna be that division.
But they got the supplements that we.
They got the supplement, however, the supplement came from the Head Start grant funding, but they did not receive the pay raise that teachers received at 1,000 and Parish received at 500. That was not included in their salary scale. So there's always gonna be this area that some things will fit for the school system that will not fit for Head Start, and some things that will fit for Head Start that will not fit for school systems. You have something on the agenda today that's going to kind of, again, reiterate how, because it's grant funded and it's coming from the federal government, there's different guidelines that we have to follow to be able to implement the program. So, that's kind of what we're asking,
That's why my solution is gonna be very simple.
in your mind.
A lot of people mind. I understand that's your job.
Okay.
Well, hey, we were talking about, Head Start. You also have cost of living adjustments, for the Head Start. The school board don't get it. So it's when you deal with two federal different programs, and a state program, the federal government might give you additional money. And basically, honestly, regardless if we got a director or an individual who works, that director, if you look at the guidelines for Head Start, that director can make more than the superintendent. Because it's up to the policy council to make that salary adjustment.
That's how they used to run it, right?
Well, you know, if the policy council decides tomorrow, you know, we're gonna give this Orangeville $100,000 raise, you can't stop
That's why
it's a good program.
no.
It's a matter of keeping it, and people in San Mark Parish love it. It's just people who don't like it. That's the one I heard.
That means that we're full pushing to the brim. You got a motion, I'll second.
Okay, and a second. Motion by Mr. Pulte, second by Richard. Let's vote.
Yes. I vote no,
Oh, okay, so
but I would vote
yes,
on the date to the regular board meeting instead of this.
Thank you.
Going on to D, consider annual revenue actions with regards to St. Martin Senior High Life Project, Mr. White.
Okay, we've received the bids for the project at St. Martinville High. It is under budget, slightly under budget. The electrical contractor that's the low bid to install the work is CCD Electrical, $69,800. the lighting, the materials, the poles, the lights, the wiring, all that, and it goes along with it from Musco, which is the state contract price, and they provided us with a discount, and we didn't have to pay sales taxes. It's $368,545. Engineering and other associated fees are $50,000, geotechnical, $2,200. And we're gonna have to do some tree trimming for them to get the equipment in there, to put in the new lights and remove the old ones. So we've allocated $5,000, so it comes in just under budget at $497,545. We're recommending approval of the project.
Mr. Blanchard, on this, I don't know, this, they have taxes on here, $16,800, and you just said, we saved on the sales taxes. I don't know what's that,
Mr. Bush, is there?
In my discussion with them, it was sales tax.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying what's on the paper right here. Where is the final, do we have a final price in here, or it's in this?
I have it.
Oh,
You just passed it down.
Yeah, on this page right here, there's income with taxes, $16,800.
We had them itemize, the taxes are not gonna be charged. We had them itemize the taxes so you can see how much they're saving for that. That's been excluded from the contract. But I did want to explain a couple other things that Angie and I ran across in the proposal. They have a $40,000 allowance for the casings on the shaft of the bull bolts. If they don't use it, which we think they're gonna need it because it's so close to the volume, we've experienced them using that in the past. We think they're gonna need some amount for that $40,000, which means all we have left is about $3,000 plus sales tax as a contingency. One of the things they have in their contract is if they're running into something unexpected, we haven't had that happen in any of the lighting projects yet. But if they do run into something, they have in their contract, if they'll propose something additional if they need to finish, which is kind of a little bit out of the ordinary from a bid project, but that's the way it would still work if you find something. So we just think maybe that there's only about $20,000 extra under the budget. You may want to just know if something does come up that's unexpected that they request, that we might need to come to the board and see if you want to allocate some amount of money or give the superintendent, and if y'all still have the committee authority to approve some kind of extra while they start installing the poles to run into the situation. We're not expecting it, but we just don't want to let you know it's close to the budget. Y'all know there's been a big change in the economy that's affected pricing on almost everything. And we were fortunate to be able to stay under the budget anyway. But
So the lighting package took a price increase in November 1st, which basically kind of consumed what we had proposed as a contingency. So I guess what we're saying is we're under budget, but really no contingency. And as long as everybody understands that, you don't anticipate needing it, but you never know when you're digging that close.
it used about 30 of the $50,000 contingency we had going into it.
So that shaft you're talking about, if you refer to this, you would in charge of this, see how it's mason lights, that's that big container.
Right, yeah, so right now we're doing like a
They
big,
got to pull out over there, right? And now would this one get pulled out of the ground or?
oh, I got
The shaft.
it. No, this would remain. This would not be a tubular, that was a tube that was corrugated. This would not be. This would be a concrete casing. And then, and yeah, they have some requirements for how fast we have to install the concrete, we need a contractor, just because it's so close. The water table is just so high right by the light.
When's the target date in this, if we approve it tonight, they're gonna start when?
It's about a 8 to 12 week delivery.
So yeah, they are expecting if we can get it ordered, I guess, by January, that, we're talking about April, March, April. The game plan is to wait till soccer is over and then really hit it hard like April, May, June.
You may want to, I think Sam wanted to still have the track, right? You may want to let the track coach know that they might not have lights. They usually host a cage.
We can look at that.
Won't they gonna stay in place until they finish the install? No?
We're getting kind of close. I think we may, when I need to talk about that.
Okay.
Which one would be good?
If it's at night, yeah, we'll look at it. So with that time frame, we could still, we have the summer.
They can run that track meet at one of the two other high schools. But they're doing that.
More questions? Let's vote.
Motion to accept. Second.
The motion from Mrs. Ortiz, second by Richard, let's vote. Okay, motion carries. The three closed items, let's end the meeting, I need a motion and second close.
Motion to adjourn.
Mark, second by Mrs. Ortiz.